I'm getting a seat in the Sierra. Second one of the day as well. So it's straight in, yeah.
Just straight in, mate. Just jump yourself in.
11 Black Hole will be going first.
Wow.
You made it.
Yeah, I've made it. It's sweet. If I can, just bring the GoPro in here just so I can get a spin round. This one's absolutely mental as well. God, it's got... I said you guys must be brave to drive these cars at full chat.
Bit of a adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
So we do on the launch. Basically, what happens is, so we'll do a burnout. First of all, what we do, we're on the steering wheel, come into the bleach box. So it's basically just a bit of water allows the tyres to slip a little bit to start with.
Yeah.
So we whack the brake pedal out as hard as you can, and we press that green button.
Yeah. So this
what that
one,
does, yep. So what that does, that keeps the front wheels locked, but then it releases the rear wheels. So then when we get the call, we then basically put your foot on the floor.
Yeah.
It's got a rev limiter on it as well. You're in first gear already, and then as soon as the tyres start spinning, you're banging second gear.
Yeah.
That brings speed up on the rear tyres and you're burning out.
Wow.
Once we're ready, we let go of the button and we can roll out. So once we've done that, we get called up to the line. So we brought up to the line, we slowly up to the line, and then when we go into pre-stage, we sit there. I press a button on there, which just puts the data logger on. So that starts logging the data, which is that purple box sat inside there.
Yeah.
So we're coming in nice and slowly, and when we're actually into stage, we put a finger on this button here.
Yeah.
It's what the call the trans brake.
Yeah.
So what that does, the gearbox is a 2-speed power glide,
Yeah.
semi-automatic. It locks the first and first gear together, so it's completely locked. We then munch the throttle pedal hard on the floor.
And there's only one, isn't there? There's only one.
Just that little one, that one there.
Yeah.
And it puts on a rev limiter.
Yeah.
And we're sitting on the line, and when we see the lights change, we let go of that button, which releases the trans brake. So it basically puts all the power to the rear wheels and lets go of the rev limiter,
Yeah.
and you're just off. And then, so the box takes over, there's a linkage on the throttle, so I keep the foot hard on the accelerator. It'll go down, it will die on a cruise, and it'll come back up again. And then at a set point, there's the pneumatic air pump behind you, and it just shifts us into second gear during the run.
Yeah, which is all there
That's
anyway.
it there, that's my gears there, so it's just first and second gear in there.
Madness, isn't it?
And that's it.
So how did you get into this then? Like, what,
How did I get into it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a long story. I'll keep it short.
Yeah.
Just walking around the pits like guys, just chat to people,
Yeah.
and met up with a guy. Just got chatting with him and everything else, and then we kept going around and saying hello to him and everything else. He had a problem with his car once. I went over and helped him fix it.
Yeah.
Chatting a bit more, and then after that, I ended up crewing with him.
Yeah.
Did that for a couple of years, and then a car happened to come up. This car, I didn't know anything about it, and he asked me if I wanted to go racing.
Yeah.
Well, I could do. He says, right, I found you a car, we're going to go and see it. And it's like, went up there, bought it, and the rest was history. That was eight years ago.
Yeah. And this started off as a normal car, like a Ford
It originally
Sierra.
started off as a Ford Sierra, as an XR4i body.
Yeah.
It had a front end crash. The guy bought the body, and then as you can see, there's not a whole lot left of the body because all the floor is all aluminium.
Yeah.
It's all basically this tube. So the whole car inside, it's all this tube. So all down the front, all at the rear is all tubular.
Yeah.
It's just the body then is just dropped onto the top. It's got a fiberglass bonnet, fiberglass boot, fiberglass bumpers, but the doors, the wings, the top's all steel.
Yeah.
And then you put your combination of engine in, so it's a Ford engine still. Not many of them running now, not with a Ford, but it does the work. Does this?
Okay, Phil.
GM Powerglide, and it was built probably about 22 years ago.
Okay, and you've just been competing ever since.
Yeah, well, the guy built it. I know the guy that built it. He competed it in what we call Super Street, which was a 10.9 9-second category. He then upped it to 9.9, changed the motor a little bit, and ran it on methanol. He sold it. Guy had it for about 4 years, and he ran it for a little bit, but not seriously. Then I bought it. This is my 8th year running it now.
Yeah, fair play.
I'm slowly been getting on. 2021 champions.
This car is it?
This was 21.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
This has won the championships in both street, Super Street and Super Gas.
Yeah.
So it's championship winning car, event winning car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what time can we expect to see you out there today then?
Oh, we should be going out about, well, it's going to be about 1 o'clock now.
Yeah.
Slightly a bit behind.
Yeah, because we're bikes,
and
yeah.
Stuff, so.
On the right,
6th run of the weekend, and it's a Puma.
215 miles an hour.
200. Oh, he hung on to that so well. 7.18 at 185, the wing line. It's 161. Elliot, a little off. At 206 miles an hour, I think. Even quicker and faster. 5:29. Big Cranswell 10:15. Big hole shot, as you can see. Too quick, that's fine. Run 83 again at least. Do it. Okay, Bob Molden.
Like a 9. I think it was like a 9.9 or something. With how casually they do it, it don't look like there's like a lot of effort to do it, and you also feel like they're not even at full chat, because some of them were saying to me that they're not doing it at full chat. So yeah, crazy. These cars are crazy. Another monster of a car here, and it's like I said, it's like when you actually look inside, it's hard to get it through the windows now, but when you actually look inside, what's left on the inside and how fast a lot of these cars are doing, you've got to be brave. You've got to be brave to do this sort of sport. But what model is this car?
It's a 1969 Chevrolet Camaro SS. It's a 567 cubic inch big block Chevy running methanol.
Yeah.
Around about 800 horsepower.
800 horsepower, yeah.
Yeah, two-speed power glide.
Yeah.
And that's about it, really.
What's it like driving these? 'Cause I was just saying, like, it looks extreme inside, so you've got to be brave to just get in it and send it.
It took me a good couple of meetings to get comfortable with driving it. The first year was very much getting used to it. It's nothing like a road car at all.
Yeah.
The big tyres on the back, they move around a bit at the top end and that. But yeah, once it's planted and going, it's the best ride you can get.
Yeah. And what times does this get then?
So we run in a class called Supergas, where you're aiming for 9.9 seconds.
9.9.
But flat out, it normally runs about 8.5 seconds, something like that.
Yeah.
It's got a thing on it called a throttle stop, which basically it launches, then it dies, then it takes off again, because you're trying to slow it down to run 9.9s. So yeah, but that's it really.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. And is this a sport? Is this a hobby for you, or is this actually?
This is a hobby.
Hobby, is it?
So,
okay.
I mean, it is obviously a motorsport and that, but for us it's very much a hobby we take a bit too seriously.
Yeah, of course, like we do with these cars, but
exactly.
Yeah, so we're in the car now, and this is extreme. As I was saying about it, you'd have to be brave to drive it. This just feels like nothing I've ever sat in. You know, all the doors are, I think it's aluminium, I would say. It's made. He's obviously got his tank there, gears and that there, so it's a 2-speed, as he said, all dialed in. But yeah, this is mental. Never got to sit in nothing like this before, and yeah, amazing.
At 206 miles an hour, unfortunately.